And if I told you once, I ain't gonna tell you twice. Salute all my real ones. Listen, champ, we got the Morant situation. It's a lot worse than anything or than they are telling you. There's something in the way of my screen. Listen, bro, Unc said it best. Shannon Sharp said it best. You trying to be a thug, bro. You're trying to be a thug, and you're making hundreds of millions of dollars. You got Nike doing a campaign with you. You got Powerade doing the campaign with you, and you just want to go get the strap on teenagers. Why, bro? Why? Explain it to me, because it doesn't make sense. Morant just finished getting out of counseling, and he went and pulled up on Adam Silver and was like, yo, I take full responsibility, this, that, the third. But it's like, bro, your team is walking around here talking about the Grizzlies, acting like y'all won something. Y'all haven't won nothing, Grizzlies, but y'all talking crazy all up and down the court. Desmond Bain out here doing clotheslines on people's groin areas, getting ejected. You got Dylan Brooks wanting to catch the fade with old ass Draymond Green in the octagon. Yo, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Just catch the quick fade next to the nachos in the taco stand and get it over with. We gonna get straight to the video. Like button, subscribe, on notification bell press. Let's go.
Play. Morant said, move the hell out the way, give me the ball.
You feel about that smoke?
All the smoke.
The face of our league going forward.
Hey, I'm the only one who will show y'all how I really live.
Oh, God, on the biggest.
This my main page. This ain't my film. Say what's pop. Yo. What you think Nike thinking about now? He in a car with who? They doing what?
To have 3 gun incidents. You're out here acting like a damn fool.
Bro, you not hard.
What he's doing is objectively dangerous.
We're at the crucial moment where Ja is going to be able to make a choice to go one way or the other.
Morant has entered into a counseling program. There is no timetable right now on when he might.
Yo, listen, I've been saying it. I'm like, yo, you know what's the perfect thing for Ja? Cause yo, no disrespect to his pops, you got Ja up to this point, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, your kid is the one paying the bills and making the money. So what can you really, as a parent, tell your kid? Tell your kid when they're the one getting the money, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You acting up, go to your room. I'll pay for this crib, bro. You go to your room. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do? Morant needs to talk to LeBron. I think LeBron is the perfect example of, up to this point right now, of how you should carry yourself on and off the court. Like, minus the decision, which I always thought, yo, there's nothing wrong with the decision. Like, he televised it was for charity, this, that, the third, that doesn't matter. But aside from the decision, like, LeBron has basically made no mistakes on and off the court. He knows how to carry himself, and he's had more pressure than anyone since day one that he entered the league. So if there's somebody that knows, you know what I'm saying, like, how to maneuver and just seen it all, been in the NBA for 20 years, and can garner the respect of damn near anybody in this generation, it has to be LeBron. So if I'm Morant, I reach out to LeBron like, yo, all right, cool, bro. Like, I don't want to mess this up. Because, yo, Ja got talent, and he really do got the opportunity to make $1 billion. Let me say that clearly for y'all. $1 billion, bro. He can make $1 billion. Not food stamps, not platinum benefit cards, $1 billion. So you don't want to mess that up. So it's like, you want to make that generational wealth, follow the path of somebody that's done it, you know what I'm saying, and seen it, you know what I'm saying, seeing it all. I think LeBron should, you know what I'm saying, be the person that really just helps to guide him in the right direction. So, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, yo, keep it a buck, yo, Memphis is super, super lit when it comes to rappers, but I think the crime rate in Memphis, along with all like the lit rappers being there, doesn't help his situation, because he's young, he's chilling with all the rappers, he's getting his bread. I think that's also something that got to be monitored, is just like the environment, who's around him, like, you know what I'm saying, like or like, yo, at the end of the day, if any of them rappers is really your friends, they be like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, we doing this to get to where you are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, there's no rapper in Memphis, no disrespect to Yo Gotti, none of them. Already, he got more money than all of them. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how rap in the NBA works. So it's like, why would you try to come down and put yourself in a situation where even the rappers is trying to escape? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense.
Return.
We are watching Ja Morant potentially throw his life away in front of our eyes. And I think at this point, after seeing everything that we have seen, that is not a dramatic statement anymore. It is more one I make out of fear. Fear that Ja really is about to go the route that so many former NBA stars have. The path where they are on the cusp of their lifelong dreams coming true. Only along the way, they fumbled it all, fell off for one horrible reason or another, and instead of rising to the level of greatness that was supposed to be inside of them, they ended up as warning stories instead. So I do really think there are real stakes here. This is incredibly serious for Ja Morant because, as you are about to see, Ja is not special here. There are actually 7 other cases I would say fit into a similar mold. And also, this is not the first time that Ja Morant has been involved with guns and other situations that involve violence. Here is a clip from my new channel, Coors Light, which I hope you go over. Ja Morant's 2021 strip club incident. Morant and a group of friends were at the strip club when a physical altercation broke out. Ja issued a statement on social media.
No, you saying the story wrong, bro. The goons came out the walls, and then the other goons and the ops came out the walls, and they all started meeting in the middle and brawling. Shanks got taken out, and it turned into like a scene from the first Blade movie where Wesley Snipes pulled up into the goddamn club and started slicing people up with that S-looking blade thing that you could wind up slicing your own arm off.
Watch this. Page does not exist. Why would you delete an apology? Let's go back to ChatGDP. August 2019, it was reported that Ja Morant's car was broken into in a bag containing a handgun and some other items were stolen. What? Watch Coors Light 2, subscribe, and turn on.
Yeah, I know that ChatGPT is like version 1.0, or it's like the prototype to Agent Smith in the Matrix, right? Like, y'all do know that.
On post notifications, we are on a new grind over there. That would be incredible, getting back to hear the Gilbert Arenas. Perhaps one of the biggest losses of young talent we have ever seen. And yes, Gil did suffer a knee injury, but his career and legacy was forever impacted after he brought multiple guns into an NBA locker room. In case you have forgotten,
it's called a Kimbo, bro. He had them akimbo.
And how wild this situation was. Well, first, did you forget how great Gilbert Arenas was? There have only been 8 players in NBA history who have averaged at least 27 points and 5 assists per game between the ages of 23 and 25. And this list is littered with NBA Hall of Famers, as well as Gilbert Arenas. In 2006, Gil would average 29.3 points per game, but we don't really talk about his career anymore, do we? We really talk about this. As teammate Caron Butler remembers, it began over a dispute on the team plane after Arenas pocketed $1,100 Crittenton felt he owed him after a card game. Antoine Jameson had to restrain the two, though they continued to argue until the plane landed. I'll see your ass at practice, and you know what I do. What the f you mean you know what I do? I play with guns. Well, I play with guns too. That exchange definitely sounded a lot more violent in real life, and the two were not kidding. According to Butler, Arenas showed up to practice 2 days later with 4 guns, which he was displaying for everyone to see. This
because he's Goro from Mortal Kombat. The only reason why you would show up with 4 of them things on you is because you got 4 arms, and you gonna have 4 arms going out to your forearms. That's a triple entendre. Yo, press that like button, bro. I just dropped the triple entendre on you.
This led to Gil saying, "Hey, motherfucker, come pick one. I'm going to shoot your ass with one of these." Then Javaris said, "Oh no, you don't need to shoot me with one of those," and then turned around, pulled out a gun, already loaded, and said, "I've got one right here." At that point, the other players in the locker room,
he pulled out the revolver, and what happened was in the middle of the locker room, they both like pulled out some old used jerseys and went, "What, Pat? I challenge you to do a duel, and then they was like back to back, and then they took 10 steps, turned around and drew. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like they be playing in the NBA, so they never really make it out to the fire range. So like they both emptied out clips, but like it only hit the wall, and maybe like, you know, the assistant to the assistant of the equipment manager, and then that's it. Everybody just walked away. It looked like one of them shootouts from Boondocks with Gangstalicious and Thugnificent.
Than Butler fled, Coach Flip Saunders locked himself in his office, and apparently Caron Butler talked Javaris Crittenton out of shooting at Gilbert Arenas. By the way, guys, I am on the grind to 2 million subs here, so if you are an athlete we watch is doing at least the legal thing, because when it comes to his last 3 seasons in the NBA, Ja Morant has been nothing short of spectacular. He is just one of 4 players to ever average at least 24 points and 7 assists a game between the ages of 21 and 23. He has proven as a young point guard in this league, he can carry a city, he can carry a franchise on his back. It was expected come this year's playoffs that Ja was going to have the chance to step up and prove himself among the game's greats. But then came all of this. And I do want to say, yes, a lot of the things that have been publicized have been due to a snowball effect on Ja Morant's character. That is for sure. But the ultimate message here is that Ja is going down a pretty seriously bad path. One that is concerning because many NBA stars have walked it before and they've walked away from it flat broke with a lot of other problems in a lot of other cases. Not everybody is Gilbert Arenas. And you know it is very bad for Ja when NBA legends themselves are making public statements about this. And looking at a Gil versus Ja comparison, you can see that the two are actually quite similar, but here the story is somewhat the same, except Ja Morant is definitely a brighter young superstar than Gilbert Arenas ever was. Yes, Gilbert Arenas did fall off, but nobody was saying we were watching a Hall of Famer fall off. Perhaps he would have gotten there. However, as it stands right now,
I mean, but that's not a fair comparison, because wasn't Gilbert Arenas, he was not like a lottery pick or something like that. Ja was the second pick. So the expectation for somebody that comes in as a second pick is already higher.
Ja is certainly on that path to pure greatness. But looking at this list of 7 other names, 7 to all, in one way or another.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I was saying Michael Ray Richardson. I think Michael Ray, he was he was doing like coke or something like that. Latrell Sprewell, you know what I'm saying? He decided that he had enough about his coach and running laps, so he pulled up on him. At first, he had his hands around his throat, but he's like, nah, I'm not gonna do it that way. So then he rocked him, allegedly, and then he turned around and had him in the sleeper. And he's like, yeah, go to sleep. Nah, it'll be over quick, nigga. Yeah. Cracked his neck and everything, you know what I'm saying? PJ Carlesimo, that was his coach. Mark Aguirre, he was on the Pistons. I don't know what he did. Steve Francis, the franchise, I don't know what he did. We know what Gilbert Arenas did. I don't know what Derek Coleman did. Stephon Marbury, he didn't have run-ins with the law. He was just like fake Iverson to me, like, you know what I'm saying? You're fake Iverson. He asked Coach Larry Brown, who used to coach Iverson when he was in an MVP, he was like, yo, use me like you used Iverson. And Larry Brown was like, bro, you're garbage. Like, I'm about to use you to clean up the bathrooms. Like, what are you talking about? Then you're gonna go to China and sell the Starberries for $14.99.
Started as NBA All-Stars, but ended up messing up their careers. We all know Latrell Sprewell choked his coach, but there are plenty of names on this list. Michael Ray Richardson, Mark Aguirre, Steve Francis, Gilbert Arenas, Derek Coleman, Stephon Marbury. Each of these players was once a young All-Star with the entire world in front of them, and then they threw it all away, and we see what happens after. Normally, a lot of regret. And the key problem with all of these problem-filled players was that they did not learn from their mistakes. They did not fall and then grow. They continued to do things their own way, and it only got worse. Let's take a look at the case of Stephon Marbury. Here, Stephon Marbury is literally eating Vaseline, which isn't even funny. It's really horrible to see. He obviously was having issues at this point, but how did he get here? Well, you've got to imagine the mental stress of being a once bright superstar in the NBA who ended up falling off had something to do with this. Here's what Stephon Marbury did did in his career though. To begin with, he was once with Kevin Garnett, and the two were a superstar duo that could have dominated for at least 10 years. Instead, Stephon Marbury would selfishly decide that he wanted his own team. He could not share a team with Kevin Garnett at all. And KG would say, Steph is going to forever have to live in that. He f***ed up all of our championship dreams. But I get it. If I'm being honest, every kid wants to be able to have his own team or be able to say he had his own team. Stephon would get his own team with the Nets, and then he would move on to the Suns, where he was accused of quitting on the Suns during the playoffs. He would close out the final 2 losses of that season, shooting 5 for 18 and then 5 for 19. He would then continue on to the Knicks, where he would fight with Coach Larry Brown, and ultimately off-court drama ruined him. At one point in time, Stephon Marbury versus Steve Francis was the point guard discussion we were having. Then due to off-court issues, somehow both of those players are practically forgotten.
When they were both washed up,
that is awesome.
They showed up on the Knicks, because that's what the Knicks do. They get people, and when they all washed up, minus Carmelo.
What's at stake?
And a year and a half of Stoudemire.
Stake here. As we continue to see this troubling news come out, and we are at least hearing that Ja is going to some form of treatment center for this, but to be honest, I'm interested in what these types of conversations he's having there are, because as I hope you watch In Coors Light, Ja's had a history with guns. This lifestyle is nothing new, so Ja ultimately has to change a lot about his everyday life. It looks like he would have to cut out a lot of his influences, a lot of his friends, a lot of his potentially family even. That's going to be quite a treatment center that can encompass all of that. Ultimately, at the end of this, of course, I just want to see Ja Morant succeed. I just want him to be back on the court. I hope that everything's okay with him. He is.
Yeah, like I said, man, I think the answer for Ja is to partner up with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, let LeBron take you under his wing, because I feel like he's the perfect role model. He's been through, you know what I'm saying, a lot of different pressures that Ja never experienced. And, you know, there's some things that Ja's experiencing that LeBron might not have, but LeBron is still in the league, so he's still in tune. He still knows what's going on with everybody. So, you know, and plus he got 2 teenagers that, you know, one is only a year away from being in the NBA himself. So, yeah, like I said, I really think that LeBron would be the best person, like, in the off season to just spend time with Ja and really get in his mind and just let him know, like, yo, bro, you know, the path you going on, like, you about to mess up $1 billion, dog. Like, you're gonna make 500 just in the NBA alone. You got the Nike deal, you got the Powerade deal. There was something else that was about to go, you know, that was about to start off for him as well. So it's like, man, like, chill out, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the best is yet to come for you. Like, just leave the BS alone. So it is what it is. But, you know, hopefully he gets it together. Let's see how he performs when he comes back. Hopefully he comes back at the end of sometime next week. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all thought about the video. Leave a comment in the comment section. My name is Reign. Catch you on the flip side. RC, wait for it.